man. Is my camera still good? I think my camera's still good. All right, basically, right? Basically, what we're gonna watch a video about a guy who ate Indian food on the streets. We're gonna see what happens. From what I've seen off of TikTok, I'm not eating Indian food on the streets anytime soon. Hell no, hell no, hell no. I'm still trying to be healthy. I'm still trying to be fit. You know what I mean? So we're gonna check and see what happens when you do eat from Indian streets. All right, all right. Latency is, oh my God. It's good, it's good, it's good. Latency, I like the latency. Okay, 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 okay. I had latency in about 20 seconds. I had to wait and see.
His best friend stood right next to him and said no. Same trip, same city, same street. One of them came home with photos, the other came home with something living inside his brain.
Oh, nah. In his brain, too? Oh, hell no, bro. Hell no.
44 days after that street stall in Delhi, Jared Cullen had his first seizure in a grocery store parking lot.
Seizure?
He dropped his keys, then he dropped himself. His body went rigid on the asphalt, his jaw locked, he bit through the side of his tongue. An MRI showed dozens of white spots scattered across both hemispheres of his brain. Each one was a cyst. Each cyst had something alive inside it. And here's the part that will
Something
keep
alive?
you up tonight. The doctor could not kill them, because
No.
killing them all at once would kill Jared first.
No.
This is Diagnosis Glitch.
All right, let me check my shit work.
They'd been planning the trip for a year. Ryan Egan and Jared Cullen, best friends since freshman orientation at UT Austin.
Here's
Both
rich,
25,
rich guys.
both software engineers, both convinced that India would be the trip of a lifetime. But they planned differently. Ryan was the one with the spreadsheet. He researched every restaurant, cross-referenced travel blogs, read 3 pages deep on TripAdvisor.
Yeah, I'm
He
not
printed a
going
list
India,
of
man.
vetted
Hell no,
places
screw
to
that
eat in
shit, bro.
every
Screw
city.
that.
He packed a full first aid kit, water purification tablets, electrolyte packets. He had a rule, and he said it so often it became a joke between them. If you cannot peel it, boil it, or open it yourself, do not eat it. Jared thought Ryan was insane. Jared's travel philosophy was the opposite. No plans, no lists. You land, you walk, you follow your nose. You do not go to India to eat at restaurants with English menus, he said. You eat where the locals eat. Ryan always replied the same way. The locals have immune systems built for the locals. Jared always laughed it off. Remember that.
His immune system is not built for this, man. Bro, come on, bro.
Remember who
Hey, now
listened
I
and
know
who
I've
did
learned
not,
from your
because
mistake.
only
Now I
one of
know.
them is going to walk out of this story the same person. 2 weeks in India. Delhi, Agra, Jaipur.
Damn, so 2 weeks is
Ryan
all
stuck
it
to the
takes.
plan. Bottled water only, sealed cap every time. Restaurants with kitchens he could see. Cooked food, served hot, nothing raw. Jared followed the plan for 3 days. Then he got bored.
Oh my God, man. Why'd you have to get bored? See what happens? I don't want to be bored anymore, man.
On their 4th night in Delhi, Ryan went back to the hotel early. Bad stomach. The irony of the careful one getting a mild bug from hotel food was not lost on either of them. Jared stayed out. He found a street stall near Chandi Chowk, a pani puri vendor. The shells were golden. The filling was spiced potato. The tamarind water was dark and sweet and served from a steel bucket that had been sitting open all day. Jared ate 8. Watched the vendor crack each shell with his thumb, fill it, hand it over. No gloves, no running water at the stall, a bucket, a ladle, and hands that had been working since dawn. It was the best thing he had ever tasted.
You should have seen the signs, but surely, come on. The guy had dirty hands, water that's dirty, and then he just mixes some shit, and just because it tastes good, it's, oh my God. This guy's dumb, man.
He told Ryan
deserves to
about it
go.
next
Nah,
morning.
I take that back.
Ryan
Sorry.
stared at him. You ate pani puri from a street stall with water from a bucket? Relax, man. It was delicious. I'm
Nah.
fine. He was not fine. He just did not know it yet.
No.
Here's what happened inside Jared's body that night while he slept. The tamarind water had been made with tap water. The tap was connected to a supply line that ran alongside open drainage. Somewhere in that water were eggs, microscopic, invisible, shed by a person carrying an adult pork tapeworm in their intestines. Jared did not taste them. He did not feel them. They dissolved in his stomach acid. Out of each egg crawled a larva smaller than a grain of sand. Each one burrowed through the wall of his small intestine and entered his bloodstream. His blood carried them everywhere: his muscles, his liver, his eyes, and his brain. Inside Jared's skull, dozens of larvae burrowed into the folds of his cerebral cortex.
Damn.
Each one built a fluid-filled cyst around itself about the size of a small grape, pressing against neurons, displacing tissue. And then they did something terrible. They secreted chemicals that suppressed his immune system around each cyst. They turned off his body's alarm from the inside.
No.
Jared's brain did not know it was being colonized. He spent the rest of the trip feeling fine, ate more street food, took photos, told Ryan he was overthinking everything. They flew home to Austin. Jared showed his coworkers the photos, told the pani puri story like it was a badge of honor. See, he said to Ryan, nothing happened.
Nah.
3 weeks after landing, Jared could not find his wallet. Not the normal kind of forgetting. He stood in his apartment for 10 minutes holding it, unable to process that it was in his hand. He told himself he was tired, jet lag maybe, even though the
Jet
flight
lag
was
after
3 weeks
3
ago.
weeks, yeah.
Week 4, headaches, deep, behind his right eye, like something pressing outward from inside his skull. He drove to urgent care. The doctor ran a basic neuro exam, followed the finger, squeezed my hands, everything normal. Probably migraines, stress, screen time, dehydration. Try ibuprofen. She did not ask where he had been. A 25-year-old with a headache in Austin, Texas does not trigger a tropical disease screening. There's no box on the intake form that says, have you recently traveled to a country where pork tapeworm is endemic?
Damn.
That question does not exist. And because it does not exist, Jared walked out with ibuprofen and a diagnosis that was already killing him. Day 44, a grocery store parking lot. Jared was loading bags into his trunk when the world turned white. His body went rigid. He fell sideways, cracking his head on the bumper of his car, his jaw locked, his tongue split. A woman in the next space screamed and dialed 911. The paramedics found him on the ground, bleeding from his mouth, shaking, keys still in his hand. His first seizure,
Shaking.
not his last.
No.
The CT scan at Seton Medical Center showed something no one expected. Multiple ring-enhancing lesions scattered across both hemispheres of his brain. The radiologist counted over 30. The initial read, metastatic brain cancer, stage 4, unknown primary. The ER doctor delivered the news to Jared and his mother, who had driven 4 hours from Houston. What we're seeing here looks like cancer that has spread extensively to the brain. I want you to be prepared. His mother covered her mouth. Jared stared at the ceiling. He was 25 years old. Ryan was in the waiting room when the word cancer came through the door. He sat down and did not move for an hour. But the oncologist who reviewed the MRI the next morning stopped scrolling. Something was wrong with the cancer diagnosis. The lesions were too uniform, too round, too evenly spaced. Cancer is chaotic. These looked deliberate, like something had placed them there. She ordered blood work, and she asked a question no other doctor in the chain had asked. Has he traveled internationally in the last year? Ryan answered before Jared's mother could. India, 2 months ago. The oncologist's face changed. Here's what she suspected, and here's why it matters. There's a parasite that's traveled alongside humanity for thousands of years. The pork tapeworm, Tania solium. The World Health Organization estimates 50 million people carry it right now. It's the single largest cause of preventable epilepsy on the planet, and almost nobody in the Western world has heard of it. Here's how it works. Someone infected with an adult tapeworm sheds microscopic eggs in their feces. If sanitation is poor, if a food handler does not wash their hands, if water runs through contaminated pipes, those eggs end up in food and water. You swallow them, they hatch. The larvae travel through your blood. When they reach your brain, it's called neurocystic cirrhosis. Now here's the part you need to remember. The larvae can sit in your brain for months, years, doing nothing. You go to work, you eat dinner, you sleep. You have no idea that parasites are embedded in the organ that makes you, you. Then they start dying. When a cyst degenerates, it loses its ability to suppress the immune system. Your body detects it, and it responds with massive inflammation. The tissue swells, pressure builds, neurons misfire. That's the seizure. The parasite does not kill you by eating your brain, it kills you by dying inside it. Jared's blood work came back with elevated
It's like a terrorist bomb.
eosinophils, a marker for parasitic infection. The MRI was reread by a neuroradiologist with experience in tropical medicine. Additional imaging found cysts in his right eye and in the muscles of his left thigh. Jared did not have cancer. He had a brain full of tapeworm larvae from a Pani Puri stall in Chandni Chowk.
Yeah, first of all, I'm never going to India ever, man. Ain't no way. That's not happening. No way. No way in hell I'm going
Mother
to
said
India,
she did
bro.
not know whether to be relieved or horrified. She was both. But the nightmare was not over. It was getting worse. The standard treatment is an anti-parasitic drug called albendazole. It kills the cysts. That sounds like good news. It is not. When you kill dozens of cysts inside the brain at once, every single one triggers inflammation. The brain swells. If you have 5 or 6 cysts, steroids manage the swelling. If you have 30, you risk catastrophic cerebral edema. The brain pushes through the base of the skull. That's called herniation. It is fatal. Jared had too many cysts to treat safely. The medicine that could save him also could kill him. The doctors were trapped. In Faridabad, India, an 18-year-old boy faced the same impossible choice. Same disease, even more cysts. His MRI
Even
looked
more.
like a night
Yikes.
sky. They made the same calculation.
Nah, he said they look like a nice guy. Come on, bro.
He died
Come
2
on,
weeks
bro.
later. Jared's doctors chose to wait. Anti-epileptic medication, steroids to manage inflammation, repeat MRIs every 3 months, a slow, controlled siege against an enemy living inside his skull, seizure by seizure. For 8 months, Jared lived with parasites in his brain. 7 more seizures, 3 while driving. After the second, they revoked his license. Ryan drove him to work, then to doctor appointments. Then Jared stopped working entirely because the headaches made it impossible to look at a screen. The cyst in his right eye blurred his vision. Not enough for blindness, enough that he could not read without closing one eye and pressing his face close to the page. Ryan came over every Friday. They ordered pizza. They watched basketball.
That's a real
Ryan-
homie, bro. He was even driving them to work as well, and also hospital.
Never
that's a
brought up
homie.
India. Jared always did. He told me not to eat it, he said one night, not angry, just quiet. Ryan did not say anything. What do you say to that? I told you so does not exist when your best friend has worms in his brain. I keep thinking about that vendor, Jared said. He was smiling the whole time.
You should go back and beat his ass. No way, bro. There's probably like 100 people in that community that have the same thing, but are living because their system is built for it.
Cracking the shells with his thumb. It was the best thing I ever ate. He paused. I think about
He's still talking about it. He said it was the best thing he ate. Come on,
the
bro.
water. I can
Come on,
still
bro.
taste it. Ryan looked at the floor. You drank bottled water the entire trip,
Why
Jared
is he
said.
putting up
You would not
quotes?
even brush your teeth with a tap, and you came home fine. I ate 8 pani puris from a bucket on the street, and now I have worms in my brain. He almost laughed. The kind of laugh that's not funny. The kind that comes out because the alternative is worse. Same trip, same city, same street, and only one of us is still the same person.
Yeah, but
Slowly, over
people had
months, the
different
cysts died on
objectives.
their
The other
own.
one was kinda
Each
careful, the
death
other one
triggered a
was kinda-
small inflammatory event, a bad headache, sometimes a seizure, sometimes nothing. His brain processed them one at a time like a bomb squad diffusing charges in sequence. By month 10, most cysts had calcified, dead, mineralized, no longer active. But
So
the
happy
scars
ending?
will remain in his brain forever,
Okay.
tiny white spots on every future MRI. Jared's seizures stopped, his headaches faded, his vision partially recovered. By medical definition, he was lucky. Jared Cullen works from home now. He wears a
I feel like, whoa, there's 3 more minutes to go through still. I feel like it's gonna be bad news, man.
medical alert bracelet that says seizure disorder because explaining neurocystic cirrhosis takes longer than an emergency allows. He takes 2 medications every day. He'll take them for the rest of his life. Because
Damn, for the rest of
calcified
his life, just because of one journey. Oh, nah, bro. Hey, from now on, I'm not making risky decisions. It's all calculated, all planned out. Cause this, nah, man. Only from one trip and one decision, like mindset, like, oh, I'm gonna be risky with it. Oh, I'm gonna be careful with it.
cysts can trigger seizures decades after the infection clears.
I'm never going to India.
He does
man.
not
Screw that
travel
shit, bro.
anymore. Ryan still does. He still carries the spreadsheet. He still only drinks bottled water. He still will not eat anything he cannot peel, boil, or open himself. He's never said, I told you so. He never
I
will.
mean, you can't really use "I told you so" in that situation. Kind of be a prick for that, bro. Like your homie dying.
Every time he
you
packs
talking
for a
about something.
trip,
I
he
told
sends
you so.
Jared the exact same text. Every time, without fail. Bottled water only. If you cannot peel it, boil it, or open it yourself, do not eat it. Jared always replies the same thing. I know. Here's what I need you to understand. 50 million people are carrying these cysts right now. Neurocystic cirrhosis is the single largest cause of preventable epilepsy in the developing world. In the United States alone, there are roughly 1,000 hospitalizations per year, and most of those people will trace it back to a single meal they barely remember. This is not about fear. This is not about avoiding travel. Go to India. Go to Thailand. Go to
No, I'm not going to India, bro. No. Okay. I'm not doing all that. Not after this video, bro. Come on, bro.
Mexico. Go to
Come on,
Peru.
bro.
The world is worth seeing. The food is
Mhm.
worth tasting.
No, it's not. My man almost died right here. And you talking about something? It's worth tasting. Come on, bro. I might as well just end the video right here because you're just giving out bullshit like advice. What you mean go to India? No, like
But the difference between Ryan and Jared was not courage, it was not luck, it was a choice. One of them drank from a sealed bottle, the other drank from a steel bucket that had been sitting in the sun since dawn. Same trip, same street. One
Different
walked
choices,
away
different
fine,
choices.
the other came home with something alive inside his brain. You're going on a trip soon, or you just came back from one, or you're planning one right now. Here's what the
Neither,
doctors
bro.
will not tell you because most Western doctors do not even know these diseases exist. Bottled water, sealed cap every time. If a restaurant does not have a visible kitchen, walk out. If you cannot see the water source, do not drink it. If the food is raw, if the water is open, if the vendor has no soap and no gloves, the food is not worth the story. And if you come home and weeks later something feels wrong, a headache that will not quit, a
This is
seizure that
more
comes
like
from
this is
nowhere,
good
a
advice.
fog that was not there before, tell your doctor where you went. Tell them what you ate. Say the words, "I need to rule out neurocystic cirrhosis." They will not think of it. You have to. The scariest thing about this
Neurocystic
disease is not the
cirrhosis.
worms, it's the delay. You eat, you smile, you fly home, you tell the story at dinner parties, and weeks later you discover that the best meal of your trip was the worst thing that ever happened to you. Two friends walked down the same street in Delhi. One said yes, one said no. That was the only difference. That was the
They
entire
do look
difference.
delicious though, I'm not gonna lie. They do look delicious. Like if I'm walking in the streets of India before I saw this, if I saw a whole bucket like that's dirty as hell and some other dirty shit, I'm still eating that, bro. That looks good. But I mean after this video, no, what am I doing? I'm not eating
This
hell
is
no.
Diagnosis Glitch. I'll see you in the next waiting room.
Yeah, man. This is not what's
And
up, Vic?
that goes to Mia. Ready to see what you've got this time?
Zesty, man, no.
Oh.
Doctor.
Look for another video. Watch. He ate a bear. Oh, watching this video next, man. Yeah, man, that's it, man. I'm done. I hope my voice was good throughout this whole thing, and I was not sounding like a robot.